Hi, I'm Stan Campbell, co-founder and COO of CCW Safe. Our staff has over 75 years of experience in law enforcement. This includes working thousands of crime scenes and hundreds of shooting incidents involving citizens and police on-duty shootings. We want our members to be their own risk managers. Therefore, we provide tips and suggestions so that they know what to do after an incident. And today I'm going to share them with you. Number one, make sure that you are safe. Make sure you are safe from any threat before doing anything. Verify that the suspect no longer poses a threat. Visually scan for other suspects and visually verify that the suspect no longer has access to a weapon. Do not approach the suspect or move any evidence. Number two, be the first to call 911. Be the first one to call 911 even if you don't pull the trigger. If the incident was serious enough for you to deploy your firearm, make a report. Always remember, police officers commonly identify the first person who calls as the victim. Number three, initiate emergency response. From a position of safety, call 911. Request emergency medical services if needed for you or the suspect or others. Describe what you are wearing and let the dispatcher know you will not have your weapon in your hand when the officers arrive. Tell 911 and the operator something similar to, I had to use a weapon in self-defense, I was forced to defend myself, I was in fear of my life, or I was attacked. Do not elaborate or give a detailed account of the incident. This is not that time. Number four, prepare for responding officers. As you hear or see police cars or officers getting close, holster your weapon. Officers responding to a shooting incident often have a heightened level of concern for their safety, so be prepared to follow their directions. Raise your empty hands above your head with palms facing the officer and listen to the commands. They'll probably disarm you and they may handcuff you. Do not hand them anything else out of your pockets. Number five, your initial response matters. Remember, your defense begins with you. What you say and do can make or break your case. Provide initial information to the responding officers. This is still not the time to give detailed statements. You can say things like, I was forced to defend my life. That's a suspect over there. He attacked me. If asked to give a detailed statement, acknowledge your intent to cooperate, but then you would need to tell them, I want to give full statement, but in the presence of my attorney. Number six, identify case elements to officers. What you don't say could also hurt your case. Officers need to know a few case elements to present to the investigators. A basic case element statement might include the following. That's the suspect and the weapon he pulled on me. Basic case elements might include some other things like that person is a witness. Just remember that it's still not time to give a detailed statement. Number seven, inform officers of injuries. Let officers know of any injuries that you may have and make sure that they are documented before you get cleaned up. If you're injured in any way, request to be taken to the hospital for evaluation. This is not the time to be macho. Your injuries can be presented to support your decision to use deadly force. Remember, just because you're not bleeding doesn't mean you should not be checked for internal injuries that you may not realize you have due to the adrenaline overload associated with facing a traumatic incident. Number eight, control the information about the incident. Do not post anything on social media or share through any device information to family or friends. Do not exchange stories with witnesses or news personnel on the scene. Do not make off-colored comments or laugh at the jokes of others. Number nine, provide identifying information only. Explain to law enforcement that you would like to give a full statement and interview in the presence of your attorney. Request to notify your representation, contact your emergency contacts, and any other people that are associated with your service. Number 10, if you are a member of a legal service, keep that information close. It is very important to have legal service, yet the officers only need to know that you will cooperate and you have a lawyer on the way. We do not need an overzealous prosecutor or officers trying to accuse you of getting service just before a shooting incident as if it was part of a plan. These are just some of the considerations that will keep you from digging yourself into a legal hole or add to the unnecessary questions by those reviewing your case. Please be alert, safe out there, and remember, always, if I didn't have a weapon on me at this time, what would I do? That's the question that could keep you from being launched into a traumatic incident that would change your life. I'm Stan Campbell, and thank you for watching.